Hey everyone, Steven from Straight Fire Picks. We got best bets for Major League Baseball on Wednesday, April 5th, 2023. We're going to have MLB player props, run lines, over-unders, NRFIs here for you today. We're going to have 3 picks that make a great value bets for this Wednesday Major League Baseball slate. As always, just want to thank you all for your continued support here on the channel. If you're new to the channel here today, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We are on the road to 7,000 subscribers. Reminder here at the channel, guys, that we are partnered with Prize Picks, so be sure to use our code SFP for a 100% deposit match and your first deposit up to $100 on Prize Picks. Really is a great app, guys. They specialize in player props and things of that nature. You can put multiple picks into an entry to win a lot of money. Like I said, it really is a lot of fun to use. So I highly encourage you to check that out. Also, be sure to drop your favorite pick down below in the comment section. If you like a pick included in our comment capper section, just be sure to put a star or an asterisk next to your pick, and we'll include your pick in the video if it hits. Okay, guys, here's the deal, right? We've been off to a rough start so far this season. We are 5-13 to start the season. That's absolutely horrible. But you guys remember we had a good baseball season last year, right? So last year we got off to a very similar start. We started the season 6-11, 11-16. Then we went on like an 18-5 run. I was going back through the old videos. I had to know because I know we started slow last year. So this isn't foreign to me. We went 0-3 yesterday. It's been a terrible run for us at baseball, guys. We are going to turn it around. I'm very confident in that. But you got to be careful here early season. And even today, continue to be careful with these plays. Don't go ham on any of these plays. I don't recommend that. We got to figure baseball out a little bit. You know, baseball has changed, and we have to learn how to adapt. And for me, it's the same thing. The pitch clock, I don't know if it's completely changing things, getting, hitters in rhythm more, what's going on with that. We've lost our last 2 NRFIs with 2 outs in the bottom of the first. We had 6 at-bats for our bases prop yesterday. 3 of them were walks. We had Dansby Swanson over 1.5 bases, and naturally, he had 6 at-bats. Cubs scored 11 runs. You would think he would get 2 bases, right? No. He went 0 for 3 with 3 walks. Like, for real, in the 2-hole. Like, come on. You can't make this stuff up. Absolutely horrible. Now, the Athletics-Guardians game, that was just a loss. That one I don't consider a dirty loss, but the other 2 were dirty. They hurt. 2 outs bottom of the first. We lost our NRFI yesterday. So we will bounce back. I am 100% confident in that. I hope you guys are as well. There will be good days ahead here at the channel. It's going to take us a little bit. Did go 2-1 in the NBA yesterday, so at least we had that going. So we went 2-4 across the channel yesterday. We're in a little bit of a rough stretch, but we are going to turn it around. I'm very confident in that. I need you guys to believe. I need us to get after it today. We're going to speak it into existence. Let's get a 3-0 sweep. Let's start turning this franchise around. Let's get after it today. Let's get right into our picks here. At number 1, we are going with Wander Franco over 1.5 bases here for the Tampa Bay Rays. Minus 120 odds here on FanDuel. I actually do like the odds, believe it or not, for this. I think this is good value. Wander Franco so far 8 out of 20 on the season. At the plate with 3 doubles, 1 home run. So he's slugging 700. He's got some nice power in there, which is what you like to see for your bases props. 400 average, obviously. And it's a great matchup specifically for him. He batted 304 off of lefties in 2022. 357 off of lefties in 2021. So he's up against, obviously, the lefty Patrick Corbin. We love fading him here at the channel. It was something we loved doing last year. It worked out very good. Patrick Corbin, 6-19, 6.31 ERA with a 1.70 whip in 2022. He didn't get 2023 off to a good start either. 0-1 with a 6.00 ERA, 3.33 whip. So, obviously, guys, that Corbin still doesn't have it. I honestly don't know how he still has a job. I really don't, but that's for another time. Also, Wander Franco actually hits better on the road as well. 305 on the road in 2021, 302 on the road in 2022. So he's actually a little bit more comfortable on the road, which is what we like to see. I think here, like I said, against Patrick Corbin, I think this is too good of a matchup for him. He's on the road, so he'll get more at-bats, which I also love that. He doesn't have any career at-bats versus Patrick Corbin, which is interesting. But like I said, I think he'll have a nice time with him. This bet were to get to the bullpen, 30th ranked bullpen here for the Washington Nationals. So, obviously, I think they're very hittable as well. We love taking bases props against these types of teams. Same thing with the Reds yesterday. I think that was a good call with Swanson. It just didn't work out. We could have taken any other player and it would have cashed. Nico Horner, Bellinger, Ian Happ, any of those guys, they all hit like 4 or 5 bases. It's ridiculous. But what can you do? But that is it for our number 1 pick, guys. We're going Wander Franco over 1.5 bases here for the Tampa Bay Rays. Minus 120 odds here on FanDuel. Okay, and at number 2, we're going with the Chicago Cubs money line here versus the Cincinnati Reds. Minus 105 odds on MGM. So obviously Cubs won last night over the Reds. I think they will run it back again with Marcus Stroman here on the mound. He is 1-0 with a 0.00 ERA. 8 strikeouts in his first start. So I like seeing that. I actually bet on him in the first game. That was one of our 5 wins, was with Marcus Stroman and the Cubs money line there versus the Brewers. And he pitched fantastic. I expect more of that. He had great splits versus Cincinnati last year. 2-0 with a 1.64 ERA. And last year he actually had a 2.06 road ERA. So again, we like those splits. He was also fantastic in spring training with a .90 ERA, 1.20 WHIP in spring training. So we like to see that. He's up against Hunter Green on the other side here for the Cincinnati Reds. 8.10 ERA, 2.40 WHIP in his first start. Obviously, it's not very good. He had a 3.12 ERA, 1.15 WHIP in the spring. Last year, he piled up 13 losses. He went 5-13 with a 4.44 ERA in 2022, 4.70 ERA at home, and a 4.80 ERA versus the Cubs in 3 starts. So I think he is definitely hittable. He does have some powerful stuff, but obviously you can get erratic with that sometimes. And I think the Cubs here, with the changes that they made to the lineup, adding Dansby Swanson, Cody Bellinger, they added some nice hitters into a lineup that was already improving last year there with Nico Horner and Ian Happ, and now you add in these guys as well. That is honestly what we like to see. So the lineup is pretty potent right now. They're 8th in runs. Reds are 11th in runs. So the Reds offense has been producing pretty well too. And obviously in Cincinnati, it's pretty easy. That's a great hitter's park. But the Cubs offense, I like the talent that they have. I actually like Swanson to go over bases for what it's worth. He's probably going to do it today because that's just the way it works. I hope he does because I want the Cubs to win. So do love it there for our number 2 pick. We're going Chicago Cubs money line here versus the Cincinnati Reds. Minus 105 odds here on MGM. Okay, guys, and finally at number 3, we had to find some value here. I'm not going to lie, NRFI bets have been kind of sus. I'm going to just call them sus because I just see a lot losing. But we were going with the Atlanta Braves, St. Louis Cardinals, NRFI bet here. No run first inning. Minus 106 odds here on Bet Rivers. I think this is your best value of the day from when I looked up and down the slate. You're going to either be paying a lot of juice or you're going to be paying for a couple of pitchers that don't have good numbers. But here we got 2 pitchers that have pretty solid numbers and solid splits as well. So we got the Cardinals here. We'll start with the offense. We got the Cardinals here 4th in first inning runs. Braves 7th in first inning runs. So that's the one thing. Both these teams have some guys at the top that can get it done. Obviously, Ron Acuna, Goldschmidt. Those guys can be scary, no doubt. We got 2 really solid pitchers here going to the mound, right? We got Bryce Elder, 2-4, 3.17 ERA, 1.24 WHIP in 2022. Allowed just 4 home runs and 9 starts, which I like seeing that. The power numbers weren't crazy against him. Really finished the season well. If you look at his last 5 starts, he was fantastic. Even above his numbers that he had here, which we like to see that. We got Michaelis going to the mound for the Cardinals. He was terrible his first start, but I do believe in him at home. He was great at home in 2022. Posted a 3.29 ERA overall in 2022 with a 2.38 home ERA. His first start, though, 3.1 innings pitched, 10 hits, 5 earned runs. I don't think that's him. I think he will bounce back today. I really do. He's got pretty solid splits against these Atlanta hitters. 167 versus Acuna, 125 versus Albies, 333 off Riley, 2 for 6, and then Olsen 0 for 3. So the top of that order there. So I think, like I said, I think Michaelis will bounce back at home here today. Elder with no history here versus the Atlanta Braves, which can be good. They haven't seen his stuff before, which we like to see that in some ways. And, Busch Stadium, I do like betting NRFIs, at Busch Stadium. It's one of those places you want to target. They're the 6th most pitcher-friendly park, which we like to see that as well. So, where we're getting the values with our pitchers, where we're kind of like, it's a little scary as both these offenses can be very capable at times. But I think these pitchers get it done for us today. Give us a nice 3-0 sweep. So let's get it done, guys. Atlanta Braves, St. Louis Cardinals, NRFI bet here. No run first inning, minus 106 odds here on Bet Rivers. Okay, guys, that's going to do it for our picks. Hope you guys enjoyed the content. If you did, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe. Always appreciate that. Trying to get this channel to 7,000 subscribers relatively soon. Appreciate you guys liking and sharing the video. And hopefully we can get on a run. I know when you guys see that record on the screen, you're like, oh my gosh, bro, what are you doing? Do you know what you're doing? Like, I get it. And honestly, you can fade. If you faded the last couple days, you did really well. I'm very confident in the research I put into this. I put a lot of time into the research. I hope it pays off today because nothing's more defeating than putting a couple hours of research into something and then having what happened last night. Like I said, 6 plate appearances for Swanson absolutely wrecked me because I was like, you got to be kidding me. Like, this is unbelievable. He was the hottest hitter on the Cubs. I think it was 10 out of 17 coming into that game. And it's like, and then losing, with 2 outs in the bottom of the first, back-to-back days. That's the type of luck that we're having now. And it sucks. And even our one NBA loss that we had, went 2-1 NBA. Our one NBA loss, though, he finished 1 point over. So we had James Harden under 19.5. He finished with 20. So we're having a little bit of tough luck right now. And you go through that sometimes. You got to know how to manage that. You gotta fight through it, and you got to just keep pushing on. So we're going to get it today, guys. Stay confident. Let's get after it. We'll see you next time. Peace out.